Hello and welcome back. If you're new to this channel, my name is Pep and I mainly review fragrances. Today I am going to be talking about a little known fragrance, probably. It comes from a designer in Germany called Anat Fritz. This is classical. I'll show you a close-up of the bottle. Now, from what I can gather, Anat Fritz is a clothing designer, although I think at the moment the website is not working. She mainly has things like knitted hats and oven knitwear, and she has a few fragrances that have been released under her label. So this is classical, and I think the other one is called Zora, so I haven't smelled that one. I bought this last year, probably about this time last year. It was a blind buy for me. I bought it because it came highly recommended and it was on sale for a very good price at the store that was selling these. So they were trying to get rid of stock, and I picked up probably the last bottle where they were selling it. This is still available. I'll try and link to somewhere that might be selling them in the description. I will spray on and describe for you what I smell with classical from Anat Fritz. Now, what I can tell you is that if you look this up on Fragrantica or Perfume and have a look at the note pyramid for this, you're not going to be disappointed. So this is one of those perfumes where you can look at the note pyramid, and as long as you think you like that combination of notes and the way it's structured, it is pretty much what you're going to get. What I wasn't expecting when I did first smell this was just how well blended those notes are and how good this smells. I was actually, I took a risk by blind buying this, and I had hopes that I would at least like it, but I didn't expect to love it as much as I do. Now, it probably was a bit of timing in that at the time I bought it, I was getting right into lavender perfumes and patchouli perfumes, and I already kind of liked, vetiver perfumes, and these are the three main players, particularly lavender and vetiver here. When you spray this on, I actually get this very beautifully smooth, nutty, buttery vetiver. It is one of the smoothest nutty vetivers that I have smelled in any perfume. It's nice and soft in that it's not an in-your-face full-on vetiver perfume, but I think that has more to do with the way that the lavender is blended in here. The lavender is almost a holographic lavender that surrounds the vetiver, if that makes any sense. In that, at the beginning, you can sense that it's there. You definitely smell vetiver, and it's almost as if the lavender is slowly does a fade in. Whereas, it's really interesting and really well done the way that happens on my skin, because normally in a lot of perfumery, lavender is a top note where you will smell it first, whereas vetiver is used more as a base note that comes through later in the development, whereas here it's kind of reversed. And the trick to this perfume is that the vetiver appears mainly in the top, the lavender sticks around and kind of changes throughout the development of this scent. The lavender, as it gets into the middle, gets a little bit greener, so you get some more of the green stems from the lavender. The floral aspects of it fade out. It's joined by this lovely dry wood, presumably something like cedar, in the middle. And then what happens is there is this seamless blend into a patchouli base. Now, this patchouli, to me, to my nose, is not lush, kind of dirty, earthy, sweet patchouli. This one here is a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit greener and darker. It has some minty aspects to it. So it's probably, you know, not your full-on patchouli oil, more so, I guess, like an isolate of a patchouli ingredient. Either way, that's how it develops to me. It's like the lavender. The blending in this perfume is just really, really good because it feels like the lavender morphs into a patchouli note. The one thing about the note pyramid, as I mentioned earlier, is that in Perfume they list sandalwood as a base note. I don't really get anything I recognize as sandalwood in this composition. It might be lending some of that butteriness to the beginning, but really, if it's there, I guess it's more of a fixative because this has good staying power, actually, and good projection. And the one thing I do want to mention about this is what happens when I spray this on my skin. So I sprayed some on my arm, on this arm earlier on. And as I was taking notes, whenever I brought my arm up close to my nose, I got more of the lavender. And then if I was just sort of doing something else and it was projecting up off my arm, I could smell the vetiver more. So that was interesting, if you know, at the very least, and it is something that does keep you interested in wearing this scent. But ultimately, the reason I like this is because all parts of it smell really good. And of course, you have to like these notes to have any chance of liking it. But I would suggest that if anyone is a fan of lavender and vetiver in particular, that I would be surprised if you didn't, at the very least, just like this scent. I'll list what the current prices are, but like I paid a pretty good price for a 100ml bottle for this, and I have no regrets about. This is one of my finds of last year, and it was a blind buy, something that I almost bought accidentally just because I, you know, happened to see that it was the last one on sale, and a couple of people I respect said some good things about it. The reviews pretty much back this up. So if you have a chance to sample this, definitely do. This is Anat Fritz Classical, and I highly recommend it. It is a great perfume. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you later. Bye.